Okay, so today I have with me Charlotte, who is a keen runner now, I believe, but wasn't always a runner. Charlotte, can you remember what life was like before you started running?
Yeah, so I mean, running's had quite a big, well, a massive impact in my life actually. So I started running probably about 15 years ago, at which point I was quite depressed. I was on medication for depression. Um, I think I was probably quite unhappy in terms of life and yeah, just, mm, yeah, probably a little bit stuck. Um, yeah.
Okay, and how did you get into running?
So I actually started running because I was trying to fit quite a lot into my life at that time. So I had two small children and I was working part time and I was studying as well. So I was doing quite a lot. And I kind of thought, oh, right, okay, I had a dog, not this one, but another one. And I was like, right, how can get all this done? Maybe if I just ran the dog walk, I could do that a bit quicker. And I hadn't really run before. I mean, I used to opt out of cross country at school. I did exercise, so I used to loved playing hockey when I was at school, and then I kind of did I used to do loads of home aerobic videos and just like, so it wasn't that I hadn't done exercise, but I hadn't been a runner. Never saw myself as someone who could run. But I just thought, well, if I'm with the dog, I'll just do that quick. No one will see me, and I'll just go places where no one will see me. And then I realised that it wasn't necessarily just about being efficient with time. Actually, I got something from the running that I didn't get from any of the other exercise that I'd done before, which made a huge difference to, I would say, this sounds kind of quite melodramatic, but my approach to life actually, because it's quite meditative. Your brain stops working. So a lot of the time I have quite a lot of brain chatter going on, and at that point in my life a lot of that was quite negative, kind of negative self-talk stuff, just basically beating myself up mentally quite a lot. And when I went for a run, that would just quieten a little bit, and I'd come back, and I wasn't fast. I wasn't, I didn't go running for long. But I would come back and I would feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And the endorphins, all of that kind of stuff, actually. But not only that, I think there's something else. I think so obviously you get endorphins from other types of exercise as well. So whatever it is with the running, I think it's that meditative kind of aspect that your brain just changes its brain waves or something and just kind of stops that nonsense chatter. I mean, I can get songs stuck in my head the entire time that I'm running, which, if it's over about 5 miles can be pretty irritating. But, these things are, but still, I come back and I might have found a solution to a problem that I didn't really realise was bothering me.
Absolutely,
or things are just better when you come back from a run. And I think that was very helpful to me. Definitely helped me to overcome depression. I mean, I haven't been on medication for quite a long time, because that's what I can do. So even when there have been times when I can't run because of injury, but I have found that I can do other things, and I have actually brought meditation into it. So some of those aspects of the things that I've got from running have transferred to life, even if I'm not running, if that makes sense. So
Absolutely.
It's more than just whilst I'm running things are good.
Yeah.
Actually, it shifts things.
Okay, so it's definitely changed your life in many ways for the better.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Excellent. So what would you say to somebody who's not ever run, hardly at all, and is thinking of taking up running?
That they should definitely give it a go. Definitely give it a go. And do it with somebody or do it without somebody. So depending on how confident you feel, if you feel you need to do it with, and also you don't have to run the entire time. Nobody is watching. Nobody cares. If someone is sitting and, I mean, they do care. But if someone, it doesn't matter if you're good. The majority of us are not going to be elite runners. They're not, actually it's not about being for me certainly, it's not about being the best. It's not about being super quick or anything like that. It's actually about the differences it can make to your body, to your mind, to everything. I actually recently took my son out running. So he's 19. He was quite depressed. He has never run in his life. He plays computer games in his spare time. He doesn't even go outside if you can help it. But he came running with me, and he started off the first time he really struggled, but he said, God, I feel much better every time I go out. And so it's not just me. It's not, and he's now much happier. He doesn't run all the time, but I think it's the fact that you can do it. There is a lot. I mean, I didn't think I could run when I started running. He definitely didn't think he could run when he started running. And actually, you can. You might stop and have a walk. You might do this. And if you need to do it with somebody else so that you don't feel worried, or think about where your route is. So go in the woods where nobody cares and you haven't got traffic coming past you. I know lots of people are really worried about that. And I don't always like it. But, there are just...
lots of places to escape to.
Try it, and actually try it more than once. Because the first time, if you've never run before, the first time... My daughter, I've also taken her running, and she said, no, Mum, I've got asthma. I'm having a heart attack. Something is really wrong. And I said, no, that's just running. The first time, it will get better.
It's one of the best things you can do for asthma. I think,
she's
get out in the fresh air.
No, seriously, I can't do this.
Yeah.
And she's been out, but she's been out again. You have to get past that first one. The second time you go, oh, this is much easier. So you can have quick improvement. If you've never run before, it's actually probably better, because you'll get better quickly, which is great. And just the knock-on effect, I think, in terms of physical health, mental health, and realising that you can do something that you thought you couldn't.
Excellent.
Is huge.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Charlotte, for giving up your time to give me this interview. And I'm sure that's going to be very helpful to a lot of people. Thanks.
No problem. Thank you.
Cheers.